Dear client, they say grief is the price you pay for love, and I agree with them 101%, if not more. Grief is the absolute price we pay for being fond of people, for being too connected to people, for loving people too much. And the weight we carry on our shoulders, and people don't understand how it feels to be on the front row, to be the one signing off the body, to be the one receiving the clothes after the mortician hands them over to you, to see the casket being closed at your favorite person, trying to hold yourself together, being the one to be left after the burial is over and the funeral begins, to notice the spaces that are no longer occupied by them, the cars outside that can no longer be driven, their favorite food, their favorite sport. Everything collaborates together to remind you of what has been. But here are some hard truths. Once it's done, it's done. There is nothing under the sun that can be done to bring them back. Once they are gone, they are gone. Number 2, there is no amount of tears that will bring them back. There is no amount of sorrow. There is no amount of self-pity that brings them back. Sad truth. There is nothing that you could have done differently to make them stay longer. Once your time is up, and the Maker comes to collect what is His. So that we cannot repute other than accept the will of God. And the one who giveth, they say, also taketh. We do not forget those that we love. We just learn to survive and live without them. We master the art of them not being around and surviving without them. And the void narrows down to that. They say the funeral begins once the burial ends. And most often and not is when we're supposed to be looking out for the ones who've been left behind, the remnants. It's always wise to check up on them when the burial is over, because then is when the void kicks in, when everybody goes back to their spaces. It's always wise to check on them. And as we go through this phase of grief, I want you to understand one thing. Everybody has done their part. There is no amount of self-blame or self-pity that can change what has been done. It's just by utterly grace that you put your knees on the ground and tell God to make it easy for you as you transition with this life, because either way, life moves on. As sad as that might be. I wish you well, and I wish you a smooth transition, and I wish that every grieving heart gets the touch of grace and the strength that comes from Thee to be able to sustain it all.